Hey, welcome back to Twin Cities Live. We are out on the patio with Wes from KS95. I have a tune to share with you. Are you ready?
I'm ready for it. I'm ready.
On the 7th day of grilling, my true love gave to me 3 easy pork loin recipes.
That was amazing.
Thank you. Thank you.
Pork loin is a simple cut of meat that you can do so many things with.
All right, for today's 12 Days of Grilling segment presented by the Minnesota Pork Board, Damon Holter, the president of Croix Valley Foods. Here he is. He is joining us to help us all get the most out of pork loin. Hello, Damon.
Hello. I'm glad to be back.
We're
Thank
happy
you.
that you're here. Remind us of the cut of pork loin. Where does it come from? What are some of its characteristics?
Yeah, so this is the pork loin. I've actually got it laid out right in front of you so you can see it there.
Wow.
It's a really big muscle. That one right there is probably about 8 pounds, and there's so much meat that can feed an entire family off of this. A lot of people confuse it with a tenderloin.
Yep.
So that's one thing to be aware of. This actually comes from the back of the animal, kind of between the back fat and the ribs, and it's a little fattier than a pork tenderloin.
Well, and the tenderloins are usually like tiny.
Oh, they're tiny.
They're
yeah,
this
just
big.
They're really tiny. They're great. They're fantastic. But I really wanted to focus on this because it's a really simple meat, and there's so many different things that can be done with it. That's why I brought out a few different presentations to show what any one single cut can give you meals for days.
Because if you buy like a giant one, is it easy for people to kind of butcher up themselves?
Absolutely. What you see out here is all from one loin. So I took one loin. I got 3 different meals out of it. Actually, enough for probably 4 or 5 meals, depending upon how much you can do. But they're great because you can cut them up. You can use them as a roast. You can grill them. You can make them into all sorts of different things. But if you don't want to use all of it at once, just throw it in the freezer. They freeze really well. They defrost nicely, and you can go to cooking later. And they're really inexpensive.
Yeah, I love this.
Are they better when you cook them all as a whole like that, though?
It's really difficult to do, to be honest. You know, it's a lot better. You get more even heat all the way around the meat when you use smaller portions, and it's going to be more tender and juicy because it's not going to dry out trying to get the real center of that piece of meat done.
That's a good pro tip. Okay, so then what did you do to this one? What seasonings and flavors go really well?
What I've got is all of the different Croix Valley sauces and seasonings here. I make 21 different sauces and 18 different rubs, so there's lots of different things. But they're a blank canvas. Everything here can be mixed and matched, and you can utilize any kind of seasoning, whatever you like, any kind of sauce, any kind of marinade on a pork loin real easily. So actually, let me just kind of go run down the list here. What I've got right here is I have some boneless pork chops. That's basically like your center cut pork chop that you would get from a butcher's case. That came right off. It's just take a piece of that meat and just chop it up into individual pieces.
So instead of buying the pork chops, you just cut the loin into chops.
Absolutely, absolutely. So that's all I did there, and it was served with an apple compote, which is just apples and cinnamon and sugar.
This is what I'm smelling.
Yeah, I know.
So good.
I know.
Looks so good.
Okay.
Yeah, you can take a bite.
You can eat it.
All right. You're going to make me do it on TV. Got it. All right.
You don't have to eat that much of it. No, that's
That is really good.
Isn't that good?
Nice?
And with the pork.
Yeah, and that was
delicious.
just a simple seasoning. I used one of my Memphis rubs on there, threw it on the grill. Very easy, very easy.
Okay.
The next one that I've got right here is a caprese stuffed pork loin.
Oh boy!
So now what I've done is I've taken a section of that loin. I basically butterflied it and laid it out so it was nice and flat. Stuffed it with fresh basil, fresh tomato, and fresh mozzarella cheese. Rolled it back up, seasoned it with my Italian barbecue booster, and put it on the grill. It took maybe about 2 hours at about 320 degrees.
Could you do that in an oven too if you're not going to do the grill?
Absolutely.
Can we try this? Can we cut a little piece
by,
of that?
By all means.
I mean, that looks so
Isn't that
good.
delicious?
Look, you're the guy with the knives.
All right, we'll go ahead and cut into that one for you.
That looks so fancy too. That's like dinner party worthy.
Oh, it's really nice. And the great thing about a pork loin, go ahead and give her a try.
Yeah, I'm going to get in on this.
The great thing about this is that you can cook it to a much lower temperature. You know, it's not like back in the day when you think like, oh, grandma says you have to cook the bejesus out of it because it's got worms in it or whatever. Cooking pork to 145 degrees is all you need. You get a little carryover, it comes up to temperature, and it stays super moist and juicy.
Okay, that's so good.
That's really good.
I love the freshness of the basil in there with the tomatoes too. That's really, really good.
Okay, so now I'm going to show you the last one here, and I'll let you guys put this one together as well.
I really love these cutting boards, Damon, too, by the way.
Nice?
These are gorgeous.
They're nice and stable and
yeah,
sturdy.
they're giant. You could like use these as serving. They're so pretty.
I like the knives. They actually cut through the meat, unlike my knives.
Oh my gosh, you got to get your knife
You need to
sharp.
keep them sharp. That's the
If you learn
key.
anything from chefs on this show, they're very particular about their knives, and they all love this thing, the Thermapen.
Yeah, that's a game changer. Make sure that you get it to that proper temp and you're not overcooking it, not drying out the meat.
We have this, and then we also have some, like, more manual ones.
Right.
This is 1,000 times better.
It's instant. They're fantastic.
You just
jab it
love
and
them.
it
Just
gives it
jab
away?
it, yeah, within like a second or two.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
You know
it's so
your
good.
temp.
It's
Okay.
so worth it.
So this is the next item here, and you can go ahead and assemble one of these and try them yourself. I've
Okay.
got a couple laid out for a display, but this is our spicy pork loin slider. So what I did is I took a regular little slider bun there,
Okay.
put some garlic butter on it, and toasted that off on the grill.
Good. Oh, thanks.
You put a little lettuce on the bottom of that
okay. I'm
one.
going to go this route then.
And there's no rules.
I know, but we want to do it the way that you like
Right.
it, because you're the pro. Do you want me to do the lettuce
Yes.
for you
There
here,
you go.
young Wes? Okay.
And then you can put some pork loin on there.
All right, hit us with the pork.
Okay, I'm the pork guy.
Wes has got it.
Now this one
right.
you cut kind of thin, like
I
you
did.
sort of more shaved it.
Because it's a sandwich, so
Yeah.
you don't want a really huge meaty piece there. You want to be able to layer it so it gives you a really
you want a
good
couple
tooth
pieces
feel.
on it?
Really
Sure,
good
All right.
whatever. Apparently I'm getting two. Zach, you can have one of these, okay? Zach's on the camera.
I'm a big over-meater person, so I like to put a lot of meat
he
on
likes a
my
lot of the
sandwiches.
protein.
And then the next thing there is caramelized onions.
Oh, these look beautiful.
And again, really easy. Throw it in a cast iron skillet on your grill or in the home. Little butter, a little seasoning.
Now, do you do sugar? Because some people get really upset about people
No.
doing a little sugar in your caramelized onions.
I don't mind sugar in onions, but these are yellow onions. They're like a Vidalia onion,
Yeah.
so they already are naturally sweet. And then put a little drizzle of that hot and spicy sauce on top
Oh,
of it there.
yeah. Wes, do you like a little heat?
Love it.
There you
Bring
go.
it on.
There you
Yeah.
go.
All right, we're going to get in on this. We're going to get some big bites. Wes, you're going to do the bite now, and I'm going to
Okay.
tell the people, Damon,
All right.
thank you so much,
You bet.
that we posted all of these recipes for all the dishes that Damon talked about on our website, TwinCitiesLive.com. What do you think? You happy?
That was amazing.
This is a pretty good gig over here. Tomorrow, we've got the chef from Arrowwood Resort in Alexandria making the drive down with a turkey recipe on the grill. We know it's going to be good because it includes bacon, too. That's real good. We got more Twin Cities Live coming up. I'm getting a bite of this, Damon.